So I'll be looking over here now, but I'm still have you guys here. If you can see this now, this is the national portal, data.gov.ie. And I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you, first of all, to find the information that you're looking for, right? So you can do it in a number of different ways. You can do it here in the search box, and we'll do that just in a minute to show. You can click on explore data sets to see all of the data sets, or here we can see all of the different themes. So you can search data sets by particular theme either. So of course, if we click on, just open up a new tab so you can see economy and finance. And so here we've got 463 results from the economy and finance theme. And it's literally a catalog or a library, if you want, of different data sets that are available, right? So if you can come here and kind of browse, you don't really know what you're looking for, but kind of see what's available, might be of interest, and just get lost here for a while. Or you can come here looking for something very specific. On the left, you can see kind of different filters. So if you want data sets with APIs, without APIs, what format they're in. Remember, we discussed a little the formats earlier on. So CSV means open tabular data. There's some Excel, JSON stat. So this is a statistical format that the CSO use, as well as PX, and so on. But most data sets you'll see aren't available in just one format, that are in multiple formats, and this is perfectly okay. So to be classified as a 3-star data set, we want it in at least 3 stars. So if it's available as CSV, brilliant, and then it can be maybe Excel or PDF or whatever else as well. That's fine. If it gives additional information, then the publisher can publish in as many formats as they want, as long as one is in at least a 3-star format. Then the different publishers, so Central Statistics Office, Fingal, Roscommon, EPA, so on. The licenses, and most again is our open license, Creative Commons, and then the openness to star rating as well. I'm not used to talking so much. So I'll just go back. This is the one that we're looking for. So here's the list of the different data sets that we have. And again, you can search here, and you can order by how popular they are. So how many previous views that they've had, the last modified, the most recent, alphabetical, and so on. So I just want to show another way. So say, for example, we are looking for, if we remember the example I gave at the very beginning around the Dublin Economic Monitor, right? They publish all their information, and there was that example about 772,000 jobs this quarter in Dublin. So if we put in Dublin employment, so we want to try and find employment. We don't know that the Dublin Economic Monitor has it or whatever, so we just search for whatever terms that we kind of make sense for us. And here we see in the Dublin Economic Monitor, so we'll have a click through to this data set to have a look at it. And so here we're seeing all of the metadata, and the filtering and the listing of the data sets was facilitated through the metadata that's available on it. So here we can see who the publisher is, the license, theme, openness rating. Down below we have further metadata here as well. But these are the actual data resources that are available. So there's the unemployment index for Dublin, the residential property index, housing completions, and passenger arrivals. So if we look here, the one that we're looking at is Dublin Region Employment by Sector. They're all CSV files. So if we download that, which I've done just a moment ago at the beginning, and this is the document itself. So this is CSV. So as a human, you might kind of look at this and go, it's not very pretty, right? We like Excels, that's nice and formatted, has bold, has colors, has whatever's, but that's not what machines want. Machines want every single cell filled and a structure to it. That's exactly what CSV gives. It gives ideally one row that is the titles, all of the data, and then because all of the additional information you can give in the metadata, right, not within the data set. So here, what these actually show in this data set is the Dublin employment per theme or per category. So it's construction, wholesales and retail trade, transport and storage. So you can see straight away information that wasn't in the PDF document, right? Wasn't in the quarterly report. So from 1998, right until Q2 2022 for each of these, so you can break down. So if you want to do an analysis on trends or sectors, you can do that with this information. And that figure of 772, now this highlight I just put in, this wasn't in the original CSV, is basically an addition of all of that number. So that's where they got their 772 number. But now if we want to dig in, we have all of that information. We can do our own analysis there. So that's one example. And then another example, again, I just tried to think of something that would be relevant for you guys. I'm sure you're all familiar with the company registration office. Right? So if we look for back to home, say we want to do a company search, you know, the core system, and you can find any information from different. So the CRO open services is available, so you can click through there, and all of the information that's available on through their website is also available via an API, right? So if you develop an application and want to get all the information, get it there. So if you click through on from the company registration office, click through, and it leads you to their API page. And again, if you want to develop an API, this is all of the information here. So an example is if you want to search for a company, they have the setup, say you want to search for Ryanair, and this will give you, so this again for a human looks horrible, but this is exactly what a computer needs to pull that into the program and be able to display that in whatever way they format. So you can get the information not only on the official website, but on in your own application, even internally within your banks, right? You might be saying, okay, well, I need to do a company check. So if you tie into the CRO's company search API, then you can, your development team or developer team can build that out as well. So this is the power of open data. Just one more example before I, because it's a really cool data set. Start from the beginning as well. So, like I was saying at the beginning around, say, traffic and transport and traffic information or so on. If you have think of over the pandemic and the traffic volumes has increased or just decreased or whatever, a very high level number. But again, if you're interested in, well, how can I break that down? And if I'm going to set up a new bank, a physical branch, where should that be, right? Where's the highest maybe traffic volume, footfall, things like that? All of that information is available as open data. And Dublin City Council have recently published their SCATS information. So the SCATS is traffic volume at individual junctions. So I always went out of the sites. Anyway, I'll show it later. At every junction within Dublin, there are traffic counters that are looking at traffic volumes, and just going to get the numbers here. So each site is over 1,000 different sites across Dublin, and each zipped file here is about 40 megabytes. So here we're talking about big data, huge data, right? So I'm not going to show you the actual data itself, but where you can get it. So say I want SCATS data from 2022. Here, look at the traffic volumes. And again, a lot of the description, a lot of the metadata gives you a lot of the detail about what's included in this. But if you wanted to do really detailed analysis about kind of what's included at this, and I think it's at an hourly basis, it'll show the traffic volume at each junction. You can do that, and it's here. Now, if you download it, it's 40 megs, and you need particular software to be able to look at it. But if you know this data and you know this domain, then this is hugely valuable information as well. So here we're talking about really good, up-to-date, it's published on a monthly basis, information that can really feed into business decisions. And this is what we're looking for. We want APIs, we want up-to-date, we want big data, we want really kind of valuable information as well.